So one of the tools that's very valuable here on a homestead, especially when you have some rocks in the area, is a good miner's pick. This is probably one from the 50s or 40s or something like that. Go Hobolo one, but it's very good steel. Something that a miner would use to either be in the mines picking, or maybe somebody else that was out, moving rocks and things like that. But you can hit this tip with a rock, multiple times, and you don't even notice that there's any kind of, soft or molding over or damage to the tip on there, because it's so hard. It's very high quality steel, and you can see how thin it is too. It's not very thick, but it's not going to be breaking on me or have to worry about that. So this gives you leverage to pry things out of the ground and to pick in the ground to discover rocks, things like that need to be removed. So this is a very important tool that I use quite often. One of the problems with having rocks in the ground like this is that you hit it with the mower and then you have damage, or you have to go around it all the time. So it's nice to just smooth out the ground and get the rocks out so that you don't have to worry about hitting them. If they're small enough and you dig a bigger one out, you can throw them in the bottom of the hole just to get rid of them. They don't need to necessarily be gone, they just need to be out of the surface area when you're mowing. The ones that are the hardest on the mower are the big rocks that are kind of like an iceberg, that are mostly below the surface but just a little bit above. When you hit them, they're not going to go anywhere, and could break your mower shaft. Turns the blade, as well as put a big ding in your mower and stop your mower and everything else. So it's good to get them out. You have a little happy friend here hopping around, little tree frog. It's in there somewhere. Also have some food for him right here on my finger. It's called a little slug. They eat slugs. So that's one thing that they can be helpful for in a garden. See his little eye in there. There he is. It's a chubby one. I've been finding lots of food here. They're very happy about these, to find these. And I think they're just awfully cute too. So I find it helpful to have a kind of a central area where I can dump a bunch of rocks. Whenever I get some, I can collect them in a wheelbarrow or a cart and haul them to one place. So if I need rocks, I know where to go, and they're not just like scattered in little piles throughout the property, being in the way again. So I find one place where I'm not going to need to be able to access the area for things like I have mine underneath the tree back here. So that's an area where I'm not really going to be growing anything or doing anything or building anything, so they're out of the way. So that's a good thing to think about. So when I go to mow a certain area, I like to put my cart in the middle of a strip of grass or a strip of wherever I'm mowing away. So if I'm on one end, I only have to go halfway to dump the bag, and if on the other end, I only go to half, and if I happen to need to empty it in the middle, then I'm right there by the cart. So I'm going to just keep moving my cart along with me as I go back and forth. Amazing how quickly you get warm working outside here. So I'm all ready to got my hat off and ready to take my coat off here. So sun's out and getting warm out here. So I don't know. It's still winter, but it's getting warm. Spring looked like it's here, but that's what it does here in this part of the country. it tends to get really warm for a couple weeks during the summer or during the winter, like end of January, and you think it's, oh, spring's here, but then the rest of February is usually kind of cold. The last half of February starts to get rainy and cold again, and then it gets nice again. So it's a sign that spring is coming, but it's not quite here yet. It still has to go through some cold winter wind and rain and cold freezing times. But it's hard to know. Maybe we may be already done with freezing for this year. As I was thinking about all the different signs that spring is coming, it reminds me that we also need to be diligent to read the signs correctly of when Christ is coming back. And there's so many in the Bible that are important to understand correctly, and the Bible itself will interpret itself if we are a diligent student and ask for the Holy Spirit to guide us in our thoughts. Usually not always the first understanding that comes to mind is the correct one. Sometimes you have to dig a little deeper to bring in new pieces of the puzzle to put it together in order to get a fuller understanding. One text by itself will not always give you the correct interpretation of something, but several of them put together, here a little, there a little, will give us a clear understanding. So as I was trying to start my mower here, we're just about to start, and lo and behold, the pull string decided to break on me at the last minute there. So at times it's kind of challenging because you get kind of frustrated that you just want to get my work done. Now I got to stop and fix something. So you got to remember to just have a good attitude about it. Ask God to help you to go through that trial and to have a good attitude about it, and just to do what's before you and not always looking ahead to think about things that you need to get done and get frustrated because there's something in your way, but just focus on the task at hand. So in this case, got to take this top part off. Nice blackberry stuck in there. And there's a couple bolts up here got to take out. So let's see here, what is this? 5/16, I think. Yep. Take these out. And this comes off. This has a little pulley in here. It gets turned, and this has little flanges that fly out and grab a hold of this guy to turn the motor around to start it. So in this case we got to wind it up pretty tight, find the hole, which is right here, put the string through, and I don't know if it actually broke or it just came undone or something. Might have just come undone or something like that. Anyway, so I'll probably have to tape this up to get it go through there. I'm going to go get some, one more thing, got to run back in the house, get some tape to tape this guy up. Okay, so I got some tape here, and I'm just going to try to twist and smooth this out a little bit. Wrap some tape around here to smooth tip to poke through. Alright, so need to, which direction we want to go here? Counterclockwise, so we got to wind it up. Okay, it's trying to get fairly tight, so I'm going to stop, find the hole here. And first of all, I got to get through the right hole here. So in this case, it's right here, through the case, into the hole. Through. There. Okay. We'll give it some slack here. Okay. That'll work. Okay, so we got to tie a figure 8 knot. So go over and then back through. See? Not like that. And we may want to do a bigger knot too. Let's see here. Could do a double one. Go around again twice. It gives us just a little bit bigger knot. So we don't want that knot to come out. A nice big knot. Okay, now I just want to pull the knife out of there. Okay, so I'm going to pull that tight. Right up against that there, so it's not going to come apart, and then we'll just let it slowly wind itself up. See, get enough here to hold it. Okay, so this is enough to allow to hold on to the, or to pull in all the cord needed, so it's not going to be flopping around. So we can put it back on now. Well, 3 out of 4, because I've lost one somewhere along the line, but 3 out of 4 seems to hold it tight enough, so I go with that. Take it back in the house. Okay, ready to start it up here. Try again. Sounds good. Take a load. So here's some parsnips that we just got harvested here. I need to cover up the bed with some black plastic, so I got my shovel there and just harvested them and got them out of the ground here. Just keep them in storage here until we use them up. So I need to just get all the dirt off of here so that they're not all muddy and icky when they're in storage here. Just using the faucet here and a brush. Heavy. There's a good sized one there. Some here. Some of them are forked, and some of them are just big. That guy, that's almost 2 feet long there, and that plus the tip was chopped off, so it would have been even longer. Couldn't get it out of the ground anywhere though. See here, this one's been eaten out by some mammal, furry creature with teeth. Here's my hole here. big monster ones. It'll be tasty. I'm going to try and put these in the door. I have some charcoal that's been soaking in urine for quite a while here. I'm going to start spreading it out over the bed. Okay, so I got all the charcoal spread out over the bed here, and so I'm just going to got the weeds kind of raked up and pulled up and raked into the middle of the bed along with leaves and things like that. So I'm just going to cover it and wait till I get some compost, and then probably dump some compost on top, and we'll be ready to plant in it.